there is hardly any sexuality education in the curriculum, and there are some private schools that do provide sexuality education sessions. Either the school counselor or some teacher in the school provides this information, but this happens in the minority. It's an exception. Across the board, there is no one comprehensive sexuality education curriculum or framework for students. Now, for teachers who are training to be teachers, there is nothing to prepare them to provide sexuality education to young people. For professionals who are doing professional courses, for instance, nurses or doctors or other paramedical professionals, there is very little preparation, and if there is any preparation for them, it is very medicalized. It's not given in the context of a social context or from a gender perspective. So it's pretty abysmal, the state of affairs in our country as far as sexuality education in the curriculum goes. Somebody has actually created a curriculum on gender and sexuality for training nurses, and of course the government is also rolling out what is called the Adolescence Education Program, the AEP, which is its own version of some form of sexuality education. It's an effort, but I still feel that there is a lot more that needs to be done. TARSHI has done a review of the AEP and pointed out the gaps. You can find that information on our website. There are pockets of people who are trying to move this forward so that we have a good sexuality education curriculum in place, but there is a lot of socio-political resistance to providing sexuality education. Some people mistakenly feel that if you provide sexuality education to young people, these young people are going to run off and start having sex. Now, research actually shows that the opposite happens. When you provide comprehensive sexuality education to young people, they delay the age of beginning sexual activity, and when they do begin sexual activity, they do it in a far more responsible manner using safer sex techniques than if you do not provide sexuality education, or if you insist on providing sexuality education that only talks about abstinence. In fact, research has shown that programs that only talk about abstinence, actually you have more unwanted teen pregnancies and more unsafe sexual behavior than if you had provided comprehensive sexuality education.